Hello, help keep these videos free, current, and available for every student. Consider supporting by scanning the QR code to contribute. Any amount helps. Thank you. All right, let's take a look at Form 1A, also called the Student Checklist. Every student who wants to participate in a science fair using the ISEF forms needs to complete this one. This form gives us a snapshot of who you are, what your project is about, and where and when your work is taking place. First things first, at the top of Form 1A, you'll fill in your name as the student or team leader. If you're working as part of a team, there's also a space to include your teammates. Don't forget your grade level, email, and a phone number so your sponsor or fair staff can contact you if needed. Next is the title of your project. Try to keep this short, clear, and descriptive. For example, instead of water, something like analyzing lead contamination in urban tap water tells us more right away. Then, you'll enter your school information. That includes your school's name, phone number, and the address. If your team members are from different schools, you'll want to list the school for the team leader, or you can list all schools involved. After that, list your adult sponsor and their phone number and email. Don't leave those blank. This should be the teacher, mentor, or adult who's helping guide you through this process. They should be familiar with your project and the rules as explained in Form 1. Now, on number 5, there's a yes or no checkbox that asks if your project needs approval from an SRC, IRB, IACUC, or other review board before you begin. If you're not sure what those are, your sponsor can help. This mostly applies to projects involving human participants, vertebrate animals, or potentially hazardous materials. If you do need pre-approval by one of those committees, be sure to enter a tentative start date for your project when you plan to begin experimentation. The next part asks whether your project is a continuation from a previous year. If it is, you'll need to attach last year's abstract and research plan, and you'll also need to explain how your new project is different from what you did before. That explanation goes on a special form called Form 7. Then there's a section for your actual dates of experimentation or data collection. You'll enter your start and end dates for this year's work. Remember, you can only include research done during the current ISEF project year, and you'll need forms for any work done previously too. Now on number 8, it's time to say where you'll actually be doing your experimentation. You can check all that apply. Maybe you're working at school, at home, in the field, or even at a research institution. There's even a space for other if your location doesn't quite fit into one of those boxes. Then it asks about your source of data. Are you collecting it yourself? Is a mentor helping? Or maybe you're using data from an online source. You'll want to list any URLs in your research plan that explain where your data is coming from. If you're working at a location that's not your home or school, whether virtually or in person, there's a spot to list the name and address of that site and provide a phone number or email for the site. The last part of this form reminds you to attach your research plan or project summary. And don't worry, we'll go over how to write that in a separate video, which you likely already watched, because it is encouraged to fill that out to have the adult sponsor read through for guidance and to see if advanced forms and approvals will be necessary. And finally, you'll be reminded that an abstract is required after your experimentation is complete. And that's it for Form 1A. It may look long at first, but really, it's just a checklist that tells the story of what you plan to do and where it's all happening. Be honest, be detailed, and ask your sponsor for help if anything's unclear. Remember, help keep these resources free, current, and available for every student. Consider supporting by scanning the QR code to contribute. Any amount helps. Thank you.